Hello students, hope you all understood the previous topics such as types of companies and types of stocks which are traded in a stock market. Now let us move on to a new topic, that is history of stock market including scam of 1992 in 2001. History of stock market. So, with the ever increasing and expanding economy, Indian economy is considered as a growth engine of the world's economy. A stock market is a stock market is playing an important role in uplifting of an economy in the country. In India, the oldest and fastest stock market platform is Bombay Stock Exchange, that is BSE. Stock market basically is an electronic platform where the share of the companies are listed and traded. It gives a platform to a companies to raise a capital by issuing their shares to a general public. With the economic reforms in the country, with the introduction of new economic policy in the 1991, that is LPG, liberalization, privatization and globalization, it developed and it brought out many changes, the development in a stock market. Even the government is also with the providing many policies or schemes such as like LPG and all. It is providing a platform for the development of a stock market in the country. The share prices of the listed companies fluctuates on the basis of various factors which affect and build the sentiments of markets and investors. Further return on this again fluctuates due to industries and market factors. So we can tell that stock market is an it is plays a vital role in the development of an economy which is providing financial assistance to various companies. Next one is stock exchange in India. Stock exchange is also known as stock market or share market. It is one of the main integral part of the capital market in India. It plays a vital role in growing industries and commerce of a country which eventually affect on the economy. It is well organized market for purchase and sale of corporate and other securities which facilitates companies to raise capital by pooling funds from different investors, as well as even it acts as an intermediary for investors. Moreover, it ensures that securities should be traded according to some predefined rules and regulations. So, London Stock Exchange, it is one of the oldest stock exchange in the world, whereas Bombay Stock Exchange is the oldest one in India, as well as it is the oldest stock exchange in Asia. In India, there are seven stock exchanges, out of which NSE and BSE are the major one, which plays a important role in the Indian stock market. Both the exchanges follow the same trading hours, trading mechanism, settlement process, etc. At the last count, BSE comprises of more than 5,000 listed companies, whereas there are more than 1,600 listed companies in a NSE. List of Indian stock exchanges in India: Bombay Stock Exchange, National Stock Exchange, Kolkata Stock Exchange, Metropolitan Stock Exchange, India International Exchange, NSE IFSC Limited. These are the various lists of Indian stock exchanges in India. These stock exchanges are controlled by an SEBI, that is Securities Exchange Board of India. There are few former stock exchanges which have been performed, that is Ahmedabad Stock Exchange, Delhi Stock Exchange, Guwahati Stock Exchange, Jaipur Stock Exchange, Madhya Pradesh Stock Exchange, Madras Stock Exchange, OTC Exchange of India, Pune Stock Exchange, Upstock Exchange, Vadodara Stock Exchange, Bangalore Stock Exchange, Cochin Stock Exchange, Interconnected Stock Exchange of India, Ludhiana Stock Exchange, Bhubaneswar Stock Exchange, Coimbatore Stock Exchange, Hyderabad Stock Exchange, Magad Stock Exchange, Mangalore Stock Exchange, and Trivandrum Stock Exchange. These are the former stock exchanges which are operated in India. Let us discuss Bombay Stock Exchange. As I said, it is the first and largest stock securities market in India. It is the first stock exchange which established in Asia also. It was established in 1875 as Native Share and Stockbrokers Association. It is located on Dalal Street in Mumbai, India. It is the first in the country to be granted permanent recognition under the Securities Contract Regulation Act 1956. BSE is known for its electronic trading system that provides fast and efficient trading execution. It enables the investors to trade in equities, currencies, debt instruments, derivatives, and mutual funds. These are the various securities which are traded in a BSE. It also provides some other services such as risk management, clearing and settlement, and investor education. Key milestones of a BSE. Key milestone is nothing but a development which has been occurred from in past 2 years. In Jan to 29, 2021, along with SEBI, it launched Innovation Sandbox web portal. In June 7, 2021, it touches the record milestone of over 7 crore registered users. In June 11, 2021, it sets up an agency, that is BSE Administration and Supervision Limited, to administer and supervise the activities of SEBI registered investment advisors. In February 3, 2020, BSE's RFQ platform for debt securities goes live. In June 11, 2020, BSE becomes India's first exchange to introduce and adopt India Good Delivery Standards for gold and silver. In July 3, 2020, it partners with LIC Mutual Fund for BSE eKYC services. eKYC means Electronic Know Your Customer Services. In November 5, 2020, BSE gets exemptive relief under CFTC Regulation 30.10. It enables members to accept futures and options orders from customers located in the US, that is in America. November 14, 2020, BSE Star MF launches Corp Direct, a direct investment portal for corporates. These are the key milestones which it has been achieved in the year 2020 and 2021. Achievements. The achievements of a BSE are: it is the first exchange in India to launch a special platform for trading in SME securities. It introduced equity derivatives. It also launched a free float index, that is S&P BSE Sensex. It launched exchange enabled internet trading platform. It obtained ISO certification for a stock exchange. Even it also launched its website in both Hindi and regional languages. It launched mobile-based trading in India in September 2010. It also became the Securities Market Infrastructure member of SWIFT in India and provided corporate actions to custodians in ISO 15022 format. So these are the various achievements of a Bombay Stock Exchange. Governing body or a governing board of Bombay Stock Exchanges are as follows. Executive director, there will be one executive director, six elected directors, one SEBI nominee, one RBI nominee, five public representatives. Total 14 governing bodies are there in a Bombay Stock Exchange. Well, the board deals with the broad policy issues. The executive committee is formed under the Articles of Association and rules manages the day-to-day affairs of the exchange. Board deals with the broad policies, whereas executive committee deals with the rules and manages the day-to-day affairs of the exchange. So, chairman of a BSC, present chairman of a Bombay Stock Exchange is Justice Vikramajit Sen. He is the chairman, present chairman of a BSC, and managing director and CEO of BSC is Mr. Ashish Kumar Chauhan. These are the few basic introduction regarding a BSC. Now let us move on to a NSE, National Stock Exchange. It was incorporated in 1992. It was recognized as a stock exchange by SEBI in April 1993 and commenced its operations in 1994. This to be noted, it incorporated in 1992. It recognized as a stock exchange in 1993. It commenced its operations in 1994 by the launch of the wholesale debt market, followed shortly after by the launch of the cash market segment. So by the image which is looking here, so this is the logo of the NSE. This is indicated as a logo of the NSE. Now let us move on to our next point. Key milestones. Even NSE is also has been developed from past few years. It has been launched a new brand identity for Nifty indices. It proposed NSE IFSC SGX Connect receives regulatory dispensations. NSE emerged achieves 200th SME listing milestone. Its commodities segment gets recognition from CBDT, that is Central Board of Direct Tax. It also opens a Center for Behavioral Science at IIMA. It launched interest rate options on Government of India bonds. It indices launches Nifty Bharat Bond Index Series. It declared world's largest derivative exchange in 2019 by WFP, that is World Economic Forum. It also launches request for quote RFQ platform in debt securities. These are the key milestones in the year 2019 and 20. So, Board of Directors, Girish Chandra Chaturvedi, he is the Chairman and Public Interest Director. He is the present Chairman of a NSE, that is Mr. Girish Chandra Chaturvedi. And Managing Director and CEO of NSE is Mr. Vikram Limaye. Next, let us move on to SEBI, Securities Exchange Board of India. It is one exchange which is controlling the activities of a stock market in the country. Even it also controlling the commodities market as well. So let us know the history of SEBI. The Securities and Exchange Board of India was established on April 12, 1992 in accordance with the provisions of the Securities and Exchange Board of India Act in 1992. Its headquarters at the business district of Bandra Kurla complex in Mumbai and has regional offices in all the directions in northern New Delhi, eastern Kolkata, southern Chennai, and in western Ahmedabad. The preamble of the Securities and Exchange Board of India describes the basic functions of the Securities and Exchange Board of India as to protect the interest of the investors in securities and to promote the development and also to regulate the securities market. So these 3 points is very much important. These are the basic functions which is described in the preamble of the SEBI. So that is to protect the interest of the investors, to promote the development and also to regulate the securities market. So this is the basic function of a SEBI. Next one is organization structure. Shri Ajay Tyagi, he is the present chairman of SEBI. Ajay Tyagi is the present chairman of a SEBI. So these are all the other executive directors and whole-time members in a SEBI. That is Shri G. Mahalingam, whole-time member, and Miss Madhabi Puri, whole-time member, Shri S.K. Mohanty, whole-time member, Shri Ananta Barua, whole-time member. These are all the whole-time members and these are all the executive directors. So the important is who is the chairman, present chairman of SEBI means Shri Ajay Tyagi is the present chairman of a SEBI. So what are the functions of SEBI? As I said, basic functions are to protect the interest of the stakeholders, to control the activities of a stock market. It also issues of a securities. It also acts as an intermediary in the stock market. Stock market is acts in the stock market. SEBI acts as a financial intermediary between the stock market and the investors. So these are the basic functions of a SEBI. What is the objectives of SEBI? Why the SEBI has been established? SEBI established to regulate the activities of a stock exchange. To regulate, to control the activities of a stock exchange, SEBI has been established. Next point is to protect the rights of the investors and ensuring safety to their investment. Yes, of course, in the preamble itself, it is mentioned to protect the interest of the investors. That is what the main objective of the SEBI. Next one is to prevent fraudulent and malpractices. By updating the rules and regulations, it preventing the fraudulent activities in a stock market. By the way, in protecting the interest of the investors. Next point is to regulate and develop a code of conduct for intermediaries such as brokers, underwriters or as well. Even to develop the code of conduct for intermediaries, it is also one of the objective of an SEBI. So these are the basic functions and objectives of an SEBI. So next one is powers of SEBI. There are main three powers of an SEBI. First one is quasi-judicial. Second one is quasi-legislative. And next one is quasi-executive. What is meant by quasi-judicial? This ensures transparency, fairness, accountability and reliability in the capital market. So quasi judicial, it is one of the power of a SEBI which ensures the transparency in the trading in a capital market. Quasi legislative. Quasi-legislative means this allows SEBI to draft rules and regulations for the protection of the interest of the investors as well as to protect or as well as to control the activities of a stock market. Next one is quasi-executive. SEBI is authorized to file a case against anyone who violates its rules and regulation. It is empowered to inspect accounts, books, and other documents as well if it finds traces of any suspicious activity. It has the power to inspect the accounts books of an stock exchange. It also has an authority to file a case against anyone those who violates the rules and regulations of a SEBI. So these are the powers of the SEBI. So powers of SEBI, functions of SEBI. These are the basic introduction to a SEBI. So these are the history of a stock market. Now let us move on to a second part, that is scam of 1992 in 2001 in capital market. So scam, it is nothing but in violating the rules and regulations in a stock market. Due to this, many losses has been faced in the stock market. So this is the major one in many scams. In the history of scams in India, the year 1992 holds a special place. That year, for the first time, the country saw an ingenious machination of its stock market, involving a fraud of around 4,000 crore. So this is not a small amount, it is a huge amount. It is a major scam in a stock market. The securities scam, it is been called as securities scam as it came to be known, is still one of the biggest frauds perpetrated on the Indian stock market to date. It is the biggest scam in the history of the capital market. It was a systematic fraud that involved bank receipts and stamp papers and that eventually led the stock market to crash. Systematic fraud in the sense with the use of the loopholes in the stock market, this scam has been undertaken. The scam shook the country and ultimately changed the rules of the game on Dalal Street. As I said before only, they will not indicate the name of the exchanges. Instead of that, they'll be mentioning a Dalal Street. Dalal Street, it is nothing but a place where the stock exchange is being situated. Next one is key points of this scam. Harshad Mehta. It is the biggest scam. Who is Harshad Mehta? He is a registered and well-known broker. He is the one who manipulated the Bombay Stock Exchange. He is often been called as Big Bull of Dalal Street or the Amitabh Bachchan of the Indian stock market. Why the name has been came for him? Because, as I said, 4,000 crore fraud has been done by Harshad Mehta. He manipulated the BSC. So for that sake, he got the name as a Big Bull of a Dalal Street or Amitabh Bachchan of a Indian stock market. Along with his partners, by taking the advantages of loopholes in the banking system, he undertook this scam. He allegedly colluded with bank employees to get fake bank receipts issued. He used these bank receipts to get other banks to lend him money under the impression that they were lending against government securities. These bank receipts, he used these receipts as an securities. He took a loan from a other bank. He successfully managed to manipulate stocks by illegally obtaining money from several banks using bank receipts. He created a vicious cycle of fraud involving big names such as State Bank of India and the National Housing Bank. By using these names, he took loans in several banks. This amount was then put into the stock market to juice up share prices by up to a staggering 4,400%. He then sold these shares at a significant profit and the principal amount was returned to the bank. This amount was then put into a stock market. This amount put into a stock market to juice up shares price by up to a staggering 4,400%. Mehta then sold these shares at a significant profit and the principal amount was returned to his bank account. This anomaly led to a larger investigation by the Janaki Raman committee. The investigation of this scam The committee was led, that is one Janki Raman committee. This committee was appointed by a central bank, that is RBI. It is a joint parliamentary committee which is appointed to investigate the scam of an Harshad Mehta. In all, Mehta defrauded the banks of nearly 4,000 crore. Later, when his mode of operation in the stock market was discovered and exposed, banks realized that they were in the possession of fake BRS holding numbers. That is, it is not a legal one. The holdings, the receipts which they are holding, it is a fake. After the scam came to light, the tax department conducted a raid on the Mehtas on February 28, 1992. Several documents and share certificates were seized. The Reserve Bank of India, as I said, it formed a Janki Raman committee in 1992 to conduct the broad investigation of this scam. It is a joint parliamentary committee, was also constituted in 1993 to probe the irregularities in securities and banking transactions in the aftermath of the Harshad Mehta scam. Mehta was convicted by the both Bombay High Court and the Supreme Court and charged with 74 criminal cases. This scam triggered many changes in the Indian financial regulatory system. The Securities Laws Act was passed in 1995, widening SEBI's jurisdictions and allowing it to regulate depositories, venture capital funds, and credit rating agencies. To secure investors' interest, SEBI could also make it mandatory for companies issuing securities to make disclosure. Disclosure means to make to know everyone. So by the scam of this, the result have come in this through. That is, many changes have been taken place in the stock market. That is, SEBI has been amended the securities laws which has been passed in 1995. It also said it made the mandatory for companies issuing securities to make a disclosure. This overall resulted in transformational changes in the stock market. Stricter laws were introduced to widen the regulatory powers of the SEBI. SEBI as a regulatory department brought about several developments in the stock market. A transparent system for protecting for investors was developed through developments like depository or paperless trading, dematerialization, and introducing of financial derivatives. All these changes has been taken place. SEBI is still developing rules and regulations to bring about discipline in the capital market in India, because in the same way many scams has been taken place like Satyam scam, IPO scam, 1998 collapse, Badla trade scam, Ketan Parekh scam, UTI scam. So these are the various scam. In the same way how Harshad Mehta scam has been done. So as a result of these scams, these many changes have been taken in a stock market. These changes usually take place to rectify problems after they have occurred. SEBI has many guidelines for protection of investors. Although there is an important over the previous years, SEBI has to make many more changes for developing the market and protecting the interest of the investors, as it is the basic objective and function of a SEBI is to protect the interest of the investors. So this is what the history of a stock market and the scam of Harshad Mehta. Hope you all understood the history of stock market and the scam which is included in the capital market. Thank you.